Welcome to your UPM MOOC CAD for Part Construction, Part Drawing and Assemblies. We are now in Module 5 summary, when we are to review the most important thing we have done in this module. In Unit 1, the angle lever, first we have established an angle cutting plane that allow us to obtain, for this kind of configuration of part, to obtain a comfortable section. We have had to use the parallel alignment, and we have edited the cutting line to obtain a representation of thick in ends and corners, and thin with center line in the middle of the cutting line. This angle cutting line have produced a section with two zones, and through the revolver section view mode, we can obtain a revolver section in which, in the right side of the slide, all parts of the section are non-deformed. The automatic generated views in Solid Edge sometimes have to be modified. We made so by drawing in view. So we have erased the fill, the hatch pattern, the incorrect hatch pattern of the automatic view. We have drawn the lines, and we have made the new fill patterns that correspond with the correct representation. Also, we have used the Dimension X mode to obtain inclined center marks in the inclined part of the view. By Retrieve Dimension tool, we can obtain some of the dimension we have employed to make the 3D geometry in the construction of the part. Not always can to recover of the dimension, and some of the dimensions recovered are not correct, but this first step saves us for a lot of work. In valve body, we have used local views by two ways. First, by reducing the contour, and then, after that, by hiding edge, by two ways also. In modifying properties of the view, we have switched off the showing of hidden edge, and with the hide edge tool, we can individually hide the profile that we don't work for our local view. Also, we have used the ball hole circle that allow us to make a circular center line and to establish the center mark in the inclined position that correspond with a circular pattern. Otherwise, we have to make a lot of manual work. We have used the broken out section by selecting view, drawing the profile, stating the depth of the cut, and selecting the view where this broken out section is going to be applied. In Unit 3, we have made the draft of the shaft. When we have changed the representation of the dimension, in this case, in reference mode, between brackets or parentheses. Also, we have used the callout tool, which has a lot of options and allow us to represent the correct dimensioning that follow the international standard, like in this case, the conical shaft end of the standard DIN 1444. In Unit 4, we have used the center line, curved center line by 2 arcs that with a short editing allow us to represent correctly the center line of our curved slot. Also, we have used the prefix and suffix addition to establish the correct annotation in dimension of repetitive elements. Well, this is the final summary of Module 5. We have reviewed the most important uses of making a draft, and we will waiting for you in Module 6 when we are going to see assemblies.